Hello, 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 community. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Bullrun community. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Today, beautiful Saturday. We're here with Foster and Moti from the community. We're excited about this first collaboration this first setup that we have, the three of us. We're really excited to have you all here with us today. Thank you all for showing up in such great numbers. We are 20 of us right now. We appreciate every one of you for taking your time and being here with us today. What we're going to do is we're going to discuss the market. We're going to look at the chart, what's been happening. Of course, we're going to break down Bull Run, what we do. And then at the end, we're going to take your questions and then break them down. So that's how we're going to do this today. So again, welcome everyone to the live stream. We're excited having you all here. Modi and Foster, welcome, brothers. Nice having you here on today.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate
Amazing.
it, brother.
Yeah, let's welcome the bull runners who are in the building. Let's go through the chat. Let's see who's here today. As always, Masi, welcome. Nice having you here as always. Zamunda, the captain can't be missing. Nice having you, Zamunda. King Leo, we see you. You're always here as well. A444, BRL, nice having you here. Petty Mac. Yes, Solana has been flying. It's over 36% today. We'll look at the market later on. Foster, I see you've been also active. Heather, nice having you. It's good to see you all too. Modi, also nice having you here. Of course, Sir Frederick, nice having you here. And Chris is here as well. That's a nice one. And what a guy. Quad, God, Lucid, Crypto. Nice having you all here in numbers. So without further ado, community, we would like to look at the overview, look at the market, what it's been doing, and then we'll zoom into Bull Run, discuss that, and then we'll end up with your questions. So we'll make it a nice, informative, educated stream today, and we'll keep it for an hour because this is the lineup that we'll be doing on Saturdays. We'll be just having this together because, like we say, we want to build that presence on YouTube. We want to be informational, educational, and we want to maintain a certain schedule as well, so that we have enough content that we can use on YouTube. So I'll share the screen with you, and let's start with the market. All right. As you see right here, the overall market, we're really doing great. We're closing in on $1 trillion now. We're at 978 billion in total market cap. We're up close to 7% overall, which is a great. And what usually happens if the market is really rallying like this, the Bitcoin dominance, as you see up here, is up to 41% now, which is great. When Bitcoin flies, usually the whole market follows because it's just a mammoth. It has like close to 400 billion in market cap, followed by Ethereum, that has also been doing great. One of the community members was talking about Solana. Yes, Solana is up 36%, 74 for the day. But so the market has been really rallying, doing great, which is amazing. A lot say it's just a shakeup, it's a fake rally, but we're still going to see lows, but nobody knows for sure what's going to happen in the future. But it's good to see that at least we're rallying. It's good to see some green in the market. So we're really happy about that, of course. And we can also go now and look at our charts and look at some graphs there, see what's been happening with us. Let me go see that. Here's our chart for the day. We're down 2.3%, but overall, we've been really doing great. If we look at the week, we've been going sideways as well. But we have a decent volume of 19,000, which is amazing. The liquidity is really, really solid, which is always good to see in a project. Also, the holder number is deceptive. It says 444, but because we're staking so much, it's hard to see. Depends on who still has a couple tokens out. We're sitting at a 3.4 million market cap, which is really decent. And right now, one BRL is $3.45. So, community, this is amazing. This is really good progress that we've made. It's a great way to kick off 2023. And it's good to see that we have this going for us right now. So let me get back to you guys, Modi and Foster. What you think about so far the market has been having like these positive effects?
Modi, you wanna talk first?
I think like we said, Lives always right. He called it, and he said that it's going to pump a little bit. And yes, he's right. I think it's good for the market. More people will come to crypto, and many of the people go and hide a little bit because the market is bad, and now it starts to recover. How long it will go, we don't know. But I think it's good in the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Absolutely. What do you think, Foster?
You know, it's always good. It's always good to see a pump. It's always good to see some life. But at the same time, you know, I like when there's blood in the streets because there's opportunity. You know, there's always two sides to the coin. When we're pumping, the discounts, well, not pumping, but when we're at ATHs, the discounts are not there. So yes, you know, if you're in position, you're making money. But when we're at the bottom of the market and there's still blood in the streets, that's when the discounts are there. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's my position on that.
Absolutely. You know, since we're at the market, you know, there's this question from Bas Jan. Sorry if I butchered your name, but I see your question is very interesting. Why is Bullrun not going up like the rest of the market? Excellent question. This is important to understand. Bullrun is paired not with ETH, but it's paired with USDT. I mean USDC, my bad. And that's a stable coin. So we're not fluctuating according to the market, both ways, whether we're going up or we're coming down. We really stable, like the name suggests. And of course, that has its pros and cons. Let's start with the cons. That's what you just mentioned, Bass John. We don't pump with the market. You know, we like really stable. And that's basically ends it right there because the pros are let me show something because I like to display. Let me share the screen with you. This is a great question. Let's look at the market. I'd like to share this with you. Let's look at Bitcoin. Let's go to all. So what I'm trying to show here is that this is Bitcoin, and this is a history of Bitcoin so far. I'm looking at a chart of all of it so far. Let's start at 2017. That was the first pump ever that happened. To be specific, it was December 17th, 2017. Bitcoin's all-time high pumped to 19,475. That was all-time high. So that's the first pump. The second pump was not nowhere close to that, but it was not bad. It was at 13,000. That's 2 years later. This is June 27th, 2019. The other all-time high was 2021, April 21st, 2021. Okay, April 16th, 2021. It pumped all the way to 63,000. And then you see all this dump happened. and then it had this one has two peaks actually. The first one was at October 21st, 2021, and then just 3 weeks later, November 10th, 2021, it pumped even to 66,900. And since then, we've felt the pain. You see how we've been struggling, coming all the way down. There was a dead cat bounce, but it then went all the way down. So, why am I showing you this? We can count together. It's one, two, three, four, and five, and then a dead cat bounce, which we can count six. But then, ever since, everything has been just going down. This is a span between 2017 and the last pump was in 2022. So in a time span of 5 years, we barely had five all-time highs. So five bull runs, basically. So that just shows you that the pumps are very scarce. Mainly, we like in between. We like really average. So if you would have missed this 2 to 3 weeks, you would have missed out on all these gains, you know. So just as it's pumping up, as you can see, it will also come all the way down and drop. So with us, as it's pumping, of course, we're not pumping as hard with the market, but the same goes for all on the way down. So while everybody's really dropping heavily, we're also not as affected by the market. So the good thing about that is we stay relatively stable, and with the mechanisms that we have, we don't just remain stable, but also we're doing the burns at the same time. So on our way up, when the market is going up, and the way down, we keep doing all these burning mechanisms that we have. We'll get to that in more details. So Baz, John, your question is very legit. I like that, and I hope that was answering your question, because majority of the time we actually even, we're going sideways. There's only a few pumps, all-time highs, and bull runs that we experienced in the past between the time spans that I just displayed. So we're doing it different. So we're not as volatile like the market is, which has its pros and cons, like I just said. But in the long run, because bull run was built for the long run, it will help us, because as we are steadily growing, we won't be as affected by the market. And as we gain a larger market cap, the volatility will decrease even more. Right now we're still young, not even 2 months old. 19th, like in 5 days, we'll be 2 months old, and so we still have a relatively low market cap. And that said, let's look at. Let me share with you Etherscan. Let's look at the Etherscan. I have a few things to share with you over there as well. Moti and Foster, feel free to add, what you have. So
Well,
just let me know if you have anything as well.
thank you, Steve. Baz, I also want to add too, slow and steady is the name of the game. And as we add holders, we're also going to have many use cases that are going to feed the token, and it's going to go up in price naturally without any market influence. So that's the other piece, and I'm sure Steve is going to elaborate on a lot of that stuff as well, because already we have a couple of them in place, the boosters, but Steve's going to get into that. So just try to think about the big picture, not pumps. We're not about the pumps here. This is a reason that the liquidity was locked for 10 years. And when you look at certain assets, I think a good asset to look at would be Yearn Finance. And if Steve wants, he can get into that too as well. But I could go on and on. But those are my thoughts that I wanted to add.
Absolutely. Let me remove this so we can see Modi, in case Modi, you want to add also something to that.
I can't wait. We're talking about staking. We're talking about million token. And look at the max total supply now is 984,000. And soon it's going to be crazy when all the token burns and people stake. And it's going to be, how you said, more scarce all the time. People will want to get BRL, and it will be hard to get it because there is no many out there. So I can't wait for the whole mechanism to shoot like it's supposed to do. And like you said, it's a steady grow, and we grow every day, daily, and it's amazing. I prefer to be steady grow all the time, more and more and more, and the chart going up and up and up, then pump, dump. So I love it, love it.
Now that you really you mentioned the mechanism, so let me circle around. Let's get to this. Let's do this because I want to add to what you just said, Modi. That was really interesting. Thanks, Foster, for your input as well. That's very interesting because now this gets us to this. Let's start from here. Let's start from scratch. I always want to assume that there is a first time that somebody's listening to this stream. They don't know anything about Bull Run. They don't know what Bull Run is about. And let's break it down what we do and what sets us apart. I always like to say that we're in a very competitive market. You mentioned the mechanism, Moti, and Foster mentioned the slow and steady growth. So let's elaborate on that. First of all, it's a very competitive market, as we know. And like we saw, yes, the market is currently up. It's really pumping in the green. It's been a while that we've been in a green with such high percentage. But we are still in a bear market. As long as Bitcoin is still below 50K, we're still in a bear market. So let me make this clear. Bull Run, why do we need another token? Why another project, especially launching during the bear market? Bull Run is a utility-driven meme token. It has a heavy focus on NFTs, and it's solving, actually, it tries to solve two problems, which is the liquidity and which is right here, liquidity and volume. Simple, straightforward. Okay, and how does it do that? We have these three aspects to it. These are the 3 points that really help, that Moti was mentioning regarding a mechanism. Okay, and the first one we have is the staking part of it. The staking right now, as I was trying to show earlier, and I'll go back over there. We've staked like over 70. Actually, let me show you that, because I like to show you. I'm a visual person myself, so I like to show things. It makes more sense if you see it. So here we are. Let's go over here. We're talking about staking, right? So right now, our staking percentage, our number one ranked wallet is the staking contract. This is a contract. And right now we stake 78.6%. It's staked. This number is extremely high. Like I said, we're the most staked token only in the industry, only behind Binance, period. That's a huge accomplishment. So back to here, as you see, this is what we do. Like, we implemented staking, but our staking is not inflationary, because our goal is to remain very scarce and have a very deflationary, hyper deflationary ecosystem, because we're in a bear market right now. So what's very important is to make sure that we keep our tokens very scarce. So staking, we use staking to take away tokens from the circulating supply. That's very important. And as we do that, those who participate on the staking platform are actually receiving USDC distributions in return. That helps us to remain deflationary. And that leads us to main utility number 2, which is the bulldozer. What is a bulldozer? Bulldozer is basically a community-driven effort to do buybacks. We had a buyback wallet before in V1, where we used to manually do buybacks, but we believe in the spirit of decentralization, in the spirit of transparency, and in making sure that we as a community have a collective interest in starting our own bull run. We did this. Basically, what this is, all those community members who are participating in staking are part of the bulldozer, because they're receiving the USDC distributions and they can decide what they want to do with it, and as a collective, if we decide to do buybacks together, it's going to have a very strong effect. Right now, because the low volume, it might not be as big, but as we're picking up and the market recovers, it's going to show heavily. TrueBan is our next one. This is a very good one. This shows right here. We started our tokens with 1 million. We had only 1 million tokens total supply. That's what we started with. Now we're sitting at 984,369. So you might ask yourself, why is the total supply shrinking? That's not usual. So we have this true bond mechanism, which actually with every trade, with every buy and sell, it removes tokens from the total supply. So this is a very unique mechanism that makes this whole ecosystem and mechanism that Modi mentioned earlier to be extremely hyper deflationary. So you can imagine, as we grow more as a community and as we ban more, as we trade more, the more bans will be happening. And that means also this number will be increasing, and everybody else holding BRL, their share will be increasing as well, because the total supply just keeps shrinking. And to make an example, right now, 78.6% of all the total supply, the 84,000 tokens, are staked. That's incredible. Out of that, 85,300, which is 8.6%, are still in Uniswap. The bans from the true ban come from Uniswap. So all these tokens that are being banned come straight from here, from the liquidity pool. So the more trades are happening, the less this number becomes. And to go back to our community members' question, why are we not pumping with the market, is because we have the USDC, and this is one of the pros with the USDC. The way pools work, you have 50-50, like you have 50% of the BRL and you have to pair them with USDC. Now, the USDC always remains constant, right? It remains the same, but the BRL tokens, they keep burning. So with every trade, there's less and less and less BRL tokens in there. So that automatically raises the floor price. So that's another thing that is really important with us. So let's go back here. So those are some of our utilities. Now we added even more utilities. And let me show you that those utilities are actually real world utilities that we have right now. And those are the events that we're in. Those are the events that we're doing right now. We collaborated, for those who don't know yet, with the 100% House. There have been 11 years into doing events in London, England, and we partnered with them, did this collaboration to bring more exposure to Bull Run. So we will be sponsoring their first event in April, but meanwhile, we will be, and actually that event, the promotions have started, and as we'll be doing, getting the posters, the billboards up, we'll be sharing those screens, of course, with the community. And once that rolls out, we'll be sharing that so we can spread it all over social media. Now, meanwhile, next month, we are actually having our own Bull Run event. It will be an event for 500 people, that guests that can come to this event. It's all about Bull Run. Why is this so important? Why are we saying this is a utility? Because first of all, it's first of its kind. No other crypto token is doing this in the space right now. So this is very unique for our community. And this is special for us because it's not a one-time thing. This is a collaboration that we're doing from now to whenever. Like, it's open-end. It's a lifetime partnership and collaboration that we have. So what this will do is it will put Bull Run in the front of of the youth, the right demographic, of the right demographic that we need, that are more prone to crypto, that are more open also to NFTs and crypto, and that's exactly the crowd we want. One, two, it puts us on the limelight. We are connecting real life events with our brand, with Bull Run. That is something that is lacking in this space. You know, that constant promotion, that constant bridging between real life events and crypto, and that will help bring crypto to mainstream. You know, and that's very important. And we are glad that we're doing this so early in the year. You know, and we started this early before the market really started picking up and kicking. So tomorrow, the tickets will start going out. So tomorrow, once the tickets, ticket corner, you'll see ticket ad. This will have people will be able to come here on this website and start purchasing the tickets for this event, which is in London, England. So we'll be able to use those as flyers and also start spreading around for those who would like to attend. Will be participating. The reason why I showed this is just that to emphasize that Bull Run is built for the long run. It's built to sustain. It's built to be here for a while, and that's why we also lock the liquidity for 10 years. That's why we built the tokenomics also in a way that it's very sustainable. I know this has been a topic, 10% and 12% on the buy and sell side, but if you look at it, you notice that the majority of the taxes go towards sustaining the project, and this is why we have such a healthy liquidity, because majority of it goes towards the liquidity pool, and then we have the true burn that we discussed earlier as well, and then we have the bulldozer, which go towards those who participate in the staking pool, and in the form of USDC distributions, and then the rest goes towards the team, ecosystem, and operations. Same on the sell side as well. This is very important, and it's important for us to understand that in order to build a sustainable ecosystem, you need to have a certain amount of taxes that go to not in the hands or in the pockets of the devs, but actually goes towards sustaining the ecosystem in the long run. And that's something we really take pride in, because this is built to just be extremely sustainable. Because as I showed the chart, you saw how much it dropped. Like the market really dropped. It's been dropping since 2021 in November. So in order for us to be sustainable and to go through this cold winter, especially because we launched in this bear market, it's important for us to make sure that we are building something, a platform that is sustainable, you know. So that said, and on our roadmap, actually, we have a delivery schedule. I'm really happy that this is something else that we are excited about, is that we were able to launch right away with the use case and the utility, which is our launch pad. And that launch pad already had also a use case, which is the MADS NFTs that we came up with. So this is very different in the space. This is something we've been working on for the longest, and we were able to launch with it. And we had this promotion going on that once our community was able to participate as the first community to get their hands on these NFTs, and they were getting the boosters with them as well. So this is something beautiful. And talking about sustainability, I'd like to hear from you, Moti and Foster. What can you tell us about the effects of the booster?
Well, the fact that all of the revenue from the boosters are going to be fed back into the token creates more stability. If you think about it, you know what I love about this this project is you basically build a financial engine, a recycling engine. If you really think about it, you know, let's run through it quickly. The USDC keeps us stable. The burning of the supply and the revenue from the use cases raises the price. So you see, you don't need to rely on pumps throughout the year because we're constantly raising the price, right? The stake tokens raise the price too as well. That creates more stability. Then the USDC, which is essentially what would be in most tokens, the marketing wallet, will encourage a good percent of holders to hold regardless. And even if some take their profit, they're still going to hold because of the USDC. So if you really think about this, you'll see how all the pieces come together, and it's been put together in such a unique way, right? And for this reason, we don't need to rely on these periodical pumps, because that's ultimately what crypto is about. So we set ourselves apart. Now the boosters is just another use case, and there's going to be many use cases. It's my understanding that we're going to have, this is one of the reasons that we locked the liquidity for 10 years, because we're going to have use case after use case after use case. So I don't know if that will not answer the question, but they're my thoughts.
Absolutely. I'm glad how you laid it out. That's very, very important that you pointed that out. What about you, Modi? Thanks, Foster.
So first of all, it's another thing that you're thinking about the holders all the time. So when I look at the tokenomic, most of the percentage go back to us, the holder. So there you go. You came right now with a booster that all the money that go from there goes straight to liquidity pool, and that's showing me even more. But I think that people sleeping on the booster, and I got a lot of them, and right now the price is 340 something, but you guys don't like to talk about numbers, so we're not going to do it. But theoretically, tomorrow the price will be $100, right? You're going to have a lot of money in the wallet. So the best thing is to divide to many wallets. So you do need more boosters. So right now the ET is low, and you see the pump starting now. We don't know if it will go higher, go lower, but the more booster you have, it's going to be better for you in the future. So I think people sleeping on them, but I got mine and I will get even more, very, very important. Right now the volume is so, but once BRL will kick in, you're going to see crazy volume, and then more rewards. Then you're going to see the booster kicking in. So I think people sleeping on them.
Steve,
go
if
ahead.
I may,
Yes,
one of the things too, percentage of liquidity to market cap. We're at 17%, guys. Where have you seen that? The biggest giants out there, they're at 1%, 2%. We're at 17%. That means guys that are sitting on the sidelines now, some of my friends, 300, 400,000, they're waiting for Bitcoin to get it to a certain number. Some guys are waiting for Bitcoin to get to 50K. When they see that you have 17% liquidity in a quality project, now they feel comfortable dropping their 300, 400,000 in there. So that's another thing. I mean, there's so many key pieces to this project that we can easily overlook, not because we willfully do it, but we can easily overlook and forget to mention. But I'm with you, Modi, on stocking up on these boosters, because you don't want to be sitting on a lot of money in one wallet. So you're definitely going to have to spread it out, guys. So start, so I'm going to start getting more boosters as well. Go ahead, Steve.
Thanks, gentlemen. Thanks for your input. It was very insightful. And just to add to what you said, this is very unique. This is a very unique mechanism that Bullrun set up. These boosters are part of the whole ecosystem. And we were talking about being solving a problem of the liquidity. Um, Foster just mentioned how the big so-called the big known meme tokens are really struggling with it right now. And this is why I like that we'll be able to scale as we grow. Our liquidity will grow along with us. You know, how will that be? Well, first of all, the boosters are unlimited. We didn't want to limit them because they'll be always in demand. As we grow, as more members get in, they'll need them to max out their USDC distributions. So naturally, these boosters will always be in demand. As long as we're growing as a community, they'll keep being in demand. And like you both mentioned, the revenues from these boosters are going right back into our liquidity. So these have nothing to do directly with the buys and sell, with the trading of BRL. This is just extra revenue that comes outside of the liquidity pool, that is generated and added right back into the liquidity pool. This will help us to scale as we grow as a community, and this will always keep us liquid. Liquidity goes hand in hand with volume, with and that is important. Right now, all the projects have a low volume because the interest of crypto is low. Each time there's a bear market, a lot of people exited since the last bull run, and the interest is very low, and the public perception is also very negative on crypto right now. So that's why it's important for us to use this time that we have to build a platform that is not just sustainable but is scalable as well. So as we grow, we're always focusing on having a way to keep the liquidity liquid in order to accommodate the trades as we grow as a community. Like you rightly say, this is just one of the things that we do. We have like I say, utility, which is the launchpad. That's right now with the market conditions. No, not many tokens want to launch under these circumstances. So they're waiting on the sideline for the market to pick up and try to time the market right before it starts picking up, so they can jump in and be a part of the wave, right? But once that time comes, we'll be able to accommodate those who want to launch their NFT projects from our launchpad as well. To wrap up the staking part, it's very important that we mention that scarcity, the bulldozer mechanism that we described, and the staking combined make this token extremely scarce, like we saw right here. And it keeps decreasing. With every trade, it keeps going down. And at the same time, the staking numbers keep going up. So this is what we were discussing here. And to sum this up, this is a mechanism that is very unique to Bullrun ecosystem. Not many projects have this scalability and this mechanic in place, So we're really happy to be able to do that. So let's continue with what we're doing here. Thank you, gentlemen, for your input. And what I'd like to do is stop sharing and let's see what the community thinks. Let's read. Have you guys been looking at the chat? Let's see if there's any questions here.
Yeah, I've been looking. I haven't seen anything.
Yes, absolutely. Okan, sorry, brother. You're right. It's nice to see Morty and Foster also all in one place. That's really amazing, and we're happy that we have this setup going. We will be doing this Saturdays so that we go through the market, we go through bull run, we educate, we answer questions. It's important for us as a community to have our own presence on YouTube, and I commend you that it's 40 of you right now watching, which is amazing. So we are really excited. Let's build this up. Let's build a presence. YouTube has a very powerful effect, especially for crypto. But now with our collaboration with 100% House, guess what? We have a new social media platform, which is Instagram as well. So we'll be hitting heavy on Instagram just as much, and that will bring a lot of eyes on us as well. So we're really excited about the crowd. Once people start noticing that we are in here to stay, we are in here for the long run, we want to be able to scale along with the growth. And that's why we're so excited about the mechanisms we have in place. So Okan, yes, nice having you, of course, as well. You next. So you'll be next on here, Okan. We'll need you on here as well. Valerie's added again. Bullrun plus 100 house, just what we said. That is correct, Valerie. It's a definite game changer. Definitely. So we're really excited about this collaboration. Yes, Heather, you're absolutely right. We've been smashing it. It looks great. So let's make sure that we engage with this video. It should touch as many as possible. The goal here is not just to have a good time, of course, as a community and answer your questions, but to really engage with these videos and to put the word out. You know, this is just one outlet that we're using to put BRL on the map. You know, you are just doing amazing on Twitter. Twitter is basically all BRL. Like my feeds are all BRL, and I'm loving it. So keep on, community. I commend you. Thank you very much for doing what you're doing. It's amazing. So oh, look who we have here too. Believes the man himself. So this is for you now. You. He's talking to you directly, Modi.
Definitely. He knows it's coming soon. He knows.
Absolutely. Zamunda, you're absolutely right. Um, there will be the need to, that's the whole mechanism. As we grow and new community members are coming on board, they'll be always in demand, and as that is in demand, the more revenue we're generating for the liquidity, which will always keep us very sustainable, which is very important. So, gentlemen, if you see any questions from the community that I might miss, just bring them to my attention so we can explain them. Yes, King Leon. First of all, thank you very much for your donation earlier. It disappeared. I can't find it. But yeah, thank you very much for what you're saying. The 100% house is going to change everything. Absolutely. That's something that no one is doing right now in this space. And we're excited that we jumped on this very, very early. It's very important. Like I said, we are in a very competitive market, and we have to do things differently. We can't just keep repeating what's been done, especially if we know and understand that it's not working. So we had to do things differently, and this is a different approach. Definitely, we took the collaboration approach. We need to be collaborating with other partnerships that are already experts in their fields. They've been doing that for a long time. They know what they're doing. With the likes of Black Lemon, as far as the 3D avatars that we've made, as far as with the events, with the 100%. So if you have anything, brothers, just jump in and let me know what you think and what it means for you to see how we're going about things differently, to make sure that we're sustainable and these collaborations. What are your thoughts on this?
I love the collaborations with professionals, with entities that have been doing things for more than 10 years. It's kind of like a back door if you think about it. Instead of trying to put together your own team and jumping into other industries and making mistakes and running through growth, instead you collab with somebody who's gone through that. They went on the journey already, and so it makes you stronger. It's like alliances with other countries. Same thing. I did see something there from Bass, Steve.
Yes.
Where about the respectfully, Bass, the other there was a big country that tried to go gold. I'm not going to say where, so we don't get into too much politics. And I don't know what happened to the leader of that country. These type of situations are situations that are very rare. So I wouldn't worry about that. And besides, USDC is one of the few stable coins that's actually backed by real money. So those are my thoughts, my opinion on that question. I don't know if Steve has some thoughts or Modi on that question.
Modi, do you have something before I go?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Um, that's an interesting question, Boss. And monetary system as a whole, I don't want to be like lecturing right now, but the monetary system, if we go back a century, we all started with seashells, and we started with something. The way the whole monetary financial system started is we were looking for ways how we can trade, right? And we all know that this fiat situation has not been working well, you know. But one thing we need to keep in mind is that it's not going anywhere. Now we're at a different stage. We're at the digitalization stage, and a lot of country are way ahead of us. Like with us, I mean the country I'm in right now, or in the US as well. Specifically, Switzerland, for example. You can pay your taxes. You can go and purchase your McDonald's, your coffee at Starbucks with Bitcoin. They have ATMs of Bitcoins all over the place. They have this city called Lugano. It's a Bitcoin city, basically a crypto city. The adoption is real. Um, right now, major real financial companies are actually coming in. Institutions are coming into crypto, investing heavily into crypto, into DeFi, into NFTs, into all kinds of things like AI. That's the next big thing that is coming into crypto as well. So we see, and you have to move with the times. We can't be falling back of things that have not been working. And like I said, for me, those are politics. But the way I see it, even major companies, countries are working on their own digital currencies, that they want to throw out. And what Foster said earlier also, USDC is actually the only stablecoin that regularly does audits. So for me, right now, the main question is, where are we heading to right now? The adaptation is real. Crypto is not going anywhere. The blockchain technology is real. It's more effective than what we have currently right now. And it's crypto is more effective than the current financial system. So that's where we're heading right now, one way or the other. The adaptation will take time. The regulations will have to come in first. There have to be guidelines and policies, and structure so that the institutions can come. But they're already just waiting on the sidelines, and some are already in, depending on which niche they chose to get in. So I hope that cleared some of your thoughts. But yeah, that's our thought on that. And what else do we have here? Tweet, oh, it's a chat. Yes, yes, yes. Zamunda, I saw you posting something here. Yeah, the link tree. Make sure, for those who are watching on a repeat or have not heard about BRL, thank you very much, Samunda, for this. Make sure you look at the link tree, you follow this, get yourself informed, because it's very important, and we are very strategic about this, that we launched during a bear market, because what's the best way to test your platform and test your mechanism? If it works, we need the battle scars, we need to be tested, we need to go through the trenches and see that our mechanisms work. So there is no better way to launch. There is no best way or best time to launch a token. What the main thing is to be prepared, and the main thing is what we have right now with you, community. Yes, we have great mechanism, great tokenomics, use case from day one, utilities, all these great collaborations. But our main pride and joy is you, the community, because you drive this, you make this happen. You believe in the vision. Like I always say, we are not a registered company. We don't have no CEOs. We don't have all these, we're all about community driven. And this is what we like about this project so much, because the community literally drives it. So that's something that we're really excited about. So what are your thoughts, gentlemen, on this?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Community is key, and we just need to continue to build I think maybe we should have a little game where we each bring in two holders, two new holders. Can I say that? Two new holders by this Friday coming, right? And then we can double who we are. We can double our total right now. You know, um, can we discuss Yearn Finance real quick? One of the holders sent me a message and said that they had 54,000 holders. So think about that. 54,000 holders. They hit at a high, I think it was May of 2021, of
Mm-hmm.
2.6 billion in volume.
Mm-hmm.
2.6 billion with only 54,000 holders. So I
Mm-hmm.
just think, guys, as we expand and grow our community, the future is very bright. We can say that.
Another
Yes.
thing, another thing I want to add to that, I think, um, after the community, the most important thing that we barely touch it is that we have only 85,000 in a Uniswap, 85,000 BRL. This is nothing. Uh, I think that's something that we need to talk about because this is a big thing. I don't know many token out there that all they have outside is 85,000 token for the public.
Mm-hmm.
This can be crazy. Right now there is buy, sell, but once you see only the buys and the 85,000 go low and low and low, the price going to be higher and higher and higher. I think this is something that people sleeping on. Only 85,000. This is crazy.
Absolutely. That's a great point, And that was the whole reason why we did the mechanism, is because that's another issue in the space right now. There's so much oversupply of tokens. There's like too many tokens. And we all understand how scarcity works. And let me share the screen again with you because like myself, I'm a very visual individual. I like to see. So let me share this with you. Foster just had mentioned this Yarn Finance. I remember even in the shape days, I had pulled this up, and at that time, it had this token uh, had a higher price than even by Bitcoin at that time.
Was
So
it 60? I forgot, but I couldn't believe it. I remember.
yes,
I was like, oh my God, what is this?
yes, it had a way. Let's look at this. Uh, first of all, let's look at the supply. Let's look at the supply. This token is Yarn Finance. It's one of the oldest DeFi projects in the space. It's on Ethereum network, among others. It has a total supply of 36,666. So very low, extremely low supply. Its all-time high was, and this is 2 years ago. You remember how we were looking at the last real bull run? So it was May 12th, as you see here, May 12th, 2021. And the all time high was at 93,000. So obviously, Bitcoin has not hit 93,000. We were looking at 63, but actually it was at 67 or something, all time high. So we see that this token obviously had or still has a larger all-time high than even Bitcoin. Simple reason: scarcity. This is the topic. This is what we were talking about. That's how we came to this, and it's down now 92% due to the volatility. Because obviously it's paired with ETH. So that's what we were talking about when the community member was discussing that. Why are we not pumping along with ETH? Yes, it goes both ways. We will be pumping with ETH if we were paired with ETH, but then we'll also be dumping with ETH up to 92%. If we were paired with ETH, so it goes both ways. The reason why I pulled this up, and besides that, Foster mentioned it, It's just to illustrate the power of scarcity. We were talking about scarcity. Now, keep in mind, if we look at Bull Run, like we said, our main utility is to generate, to tackle the liquidity. We do these three things. Like I already went through them. And Yarn Finance doesn't have like the true band that we have with every trade. It has a high volume, but it doesn't really have that capability of binding tokens, within the contract. And also it doesn't have like a community behind it that can do the bulldozer that we put in place. If you participate into staking, they don't have that mechanism where you can also do buybacks as a whole community can. So we have certain things in place that are different, and that's how crypto should be. You have to look at what's working right now versus what's not working, and then take from both. You can learn from both the good and the bad, put it together, and build something that is really unique. And that's what we like, because right now we noticed this oversupply of token. There's no sustainability built in the mechanisms. There's no long-term vision for the project. We always here to try to one up on each other, try to kill this, kill that. But we see how collaborations bring us so much more further. And also the tokenomics are also built not to fatten the devs wallets, but actually to fatten our liquidity, and that's very important. That's key. And that's another thing that really we saw happened, how the liquidity was just drained as since 2021 November. It's been just going down nonstop. But with our boosters in place, guess what? We'll always have a constant source of revenue to feed into our liquidity pool. And that is something that is very unique in the space. Plus, we have partnerships in the real world that will be, doing events outside of crypto, and that we can feed back into the liquidity. So these are just points that we're pointing out to make sure that we do things differently. We noticed that there were some things that were not working in this space, and to be innovative and to be competitive, because there are already 22,000 tokens out here. So you have to set yourself apart. You have to be different, and you have to solve problem. You have to take a problem-solving approach. So what are you solving? What are you doing? And those are the things that bit by bit, in less than 2 months, we've been working towards. And like you both gentlemen said, we have a very solid community. I want to hear your thoughts about that. Very active, very engaged, very helpful on Telegram, very mature, and I enjoy being part of this community, and I just want to commend you all. I'll always do that, from the members, from the admins, from the mods. I appreciate every single one of you, and you've been pushing this project to the limits, to its limits, and I will really appreciate that. I'm seeing things here also. This is what I mean, very engaged. Zamonda, you're on point. Let you go through this, gentlemen. I'll just post them here and let you run through them. What are your thoughts when you read this?
Modi, you want me to go? Modi first. You go ahead, brother.
Go. No, I'm not.
No, you go.
I'm looking at 78%, guys. This is insane. Insane. 78% of all the token are staked. And right now people don't get a lot of rewards because there is not a lot of volume, but that's showing me how people believe in the project, believe in you, Steve, believe in the ecosystem. And all I see in my head is believe. And this is the most important thing, that people can go to sleep good at night. And 78%, like you said, Steve, we are number second in the whole crypto market in staking. This is something that unheard of. This is 78%. Wow. And it started to be scary, in a good way. I look at it in a good way, and it's all about the community. They are doing amazing. And once the volume will kick in, everyone will enjoy it, you know? So great job, family. Great job. Amazing. You're holding strong, and this is the way for succeed, you know? If you believe in a project, you believe in the product, you will make it. And this is the, you know, the numbers showing themselves, you know, we don't need to talk about it. Everything is there. Amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Modi. You know, in 22 months in crypto, I've been in crypto, and I think I've spent in 5 communities. I spent a lot of time in those communities, and I think this community here is the most active, um, the most intelligent, the most patient, and you know they put their money where their mouth is too, as well. And I think that this community has taken on the spirit of the bull. I mean, when I first came here, it had a bullish feel to it, you know, a bullish energy to it. And you know, I talk with a lot of members all the time, and you know, they love the fact that essentially you stake, you're getting the marketing wallet. I mean, you know, this doesn't happen in tokens, and I spent a lot of time also just wasting money in other tokens. I think maybe I've been in at least 50 tokens, and I've never seen a financial system like this. This is essentially what it is. It's a financial engine. When you think about it, if you really examine all of the pieces, you know, we talk about pumps, and we need a pump, and we need the price to go up. But what has been done here is components have been put together that give you these pumps, but they're not pumps. But it gives you what you're looking for, and it's sustainable, and it's not going anywhere, and it's going to continue to expand. So, you know, I think the community recognizes that, and this is why they 78% is staked.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let me just elaborate more on your points. What makes crypto so great? And this is a very important point to understand. Right now, we just looked at Bitcoin earlier. How it's by far the it has the largest market cap right now, right? Basically, almost half of the current market cap comes from Bitcoin alone. That's why it can control whatever Bitcoin decides. That's what we have to go with. So, but what makes Bitcoin so special? It's not the price, it's not the name, it's the community behind Bitcoin. You know, it's the first real cryptocurrency. And because the community believes in it so much and backs it and supports it, that's what makes it special. If everybody would decide today that, no, I don't believe in Bitcoin, I don't want nothing to do with it, guess what? It will never work, you know? But because the masses are behind it, the adaptation is real. There are some real world use cases with it, and that's the reason why the community makes it special. Period. You know, there's nothing special about any other cryptocurrency besides the community behind it that believes it, and that basically creates an ecosystem behind it, and economy behind it. Period. And I'm not saying we are Bitcoin, but I'm just saying that the same thing we're doing right now is so vital. You know, we're building an ecosystem, we're building a community that believes in this mechanism, and we're building foundations that are not here for a couple months. They're here to stay. You know, they're here to be stable. We're building mechanisms that are sustainable, we are solving real, you know, issues that we see in the space right now. We're collaborating with real world events and partners. So slowly, we want to be, we will be hosting our own events starting next month. We'll be seen in a whole different country, in England, London, which is a hub for the youth, which has the right demographics for us. So we're doing things the right way. You know, it might be slow, because the crypto space like it fast. Everything has to be happening now, quick. But it's always slow and steady that wins the race, especially having the fundamentals ready. And that's very, very important. So I want to encourage you all, community, that we have to be sure that we keep pushing, we keep doing what we're doing, because this is building and setting ourselves up and getting ourselves ready for when the market recovers. But even as we speak, we saw how the chart's been looking. Uh, I keep reminding myself, hey, we're in a bear market, but the community has been holding the floor. We've been really doing amazing. And we just very, it's humbling. Let me pull it up. It's very humbling. I don't like to do this, but this is just the result of the community. The community has been holding the floor. We've been steadily above $3, and we've been really doing great, keeping a decent volume. Besides everything, like you see here, we've locked the liquidity for 10 years. So it just shows you that we're here to stay. We want to do. There's a lot that we still have in the pipelines that are still coming, and we're excited to be able to mention this to you and to share these things with you. So for me, community, it's very important that we keep pushing. And now we'll have a new avenue, Instagram. We'll go also into Facebook, and we'll do more spaces. We have a good presence now in YouTube. We'll be doing things regularly, so that the community can rally behind it. And let's build this solid community. Let's build a presence, because once the bull market starts, guess what? The interests will come back again from retailers. We always worried about institutions, but guess what? The retail carries more weight. Once the retailers come, they learn. They're smart now. They're not going to do the same mistakes they did last year. They look for a solid project with longevity, that is sustainable, that has a presence in the real world, that does the connections. And this is why we're setting each other up in a way that once the market starts kicking, the interests of the retailer starts coming. Guess who be in the faces? We just want to position ourselves in an excellent way, the best way possible, to be able to take advantage of that run. And we want to be known in the space that we are here to stay, that we are a community that is serious, that has a long-term goal, and that is building something solid and sustainable, period. As simple as that. So gentlemen, I would like to hear your final thoughts and your inputs. They're very valuable. The community, based on the comments I'm reading, really enjoys you both having being on here. So let's hear from you on your parting words that you have with the community, for the community.
I'll let my brother Modi go first.
And it's funny, but like you said, it sounds cliche, but the community is the best utility. And I think that also me, I've been in many, many projects. I never saw when I go to chat and things like that, everyone loving, everyone caring, welcoming everyone. I think they're doing more than amazing. And, this is the best thing. And so many people ask me in DM, because I wasn't active for a certain of time. It's because I'm working on my casino, behind the scene. That soon it will jump in, and we all can enjoy it. But soon I'll be back, full power. And I think this is not just a community; it's really became a family. And that it's we spending time together more than we spending time with the real family. All the time in the chat talking. And I met my brother Foster from crypto, and so many good people. So to me, it's everything. The people, the community is the best thing. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see another year, another 2 year, another 3 years with all my family over here. I love you guys. Keep pushing and like the stream, share the stream. It's very important. And let's kick it. Let's kick it. Love you guys.
Yeah, I won't be too long winded because I think I said a lot the last time I spoke, but I would say I love this community and I agree. You know, with what Modi said, we're essentially family, and I think that I've always wanted to be part of the what I call the first wave, and I think this community where we are now. We are the first wave, and I'm looking forward to the bright future that we have, and let's just continue to push it.
Absolutely, gentlemen. Thank you very much for your inputs. They were very vital. And yeah, we have some final things here that I saw on here. Absolutely. This is what, like I say, this is all what we need for the community to do. Every other platform that we can be in and have more exposure. Absolutely. Please feel free to do this. That's why we're doing these lives. That's why we do the spaces. That's why we do the VCs on Telegram. So we want to be active on all sorts of platforms. We are not active on TikTok at all. That's another avenue that yes, if you know how to how to operate it and you have your accounts, please feel free to do that. Definitely, absolutely. So Heather, thank you as well. Thanks us all, gentlemen. Absolutely. We'll be doing this on a regular. And like I said, you all, Heather, and everybody, the rest of the community, you've been amazing in educating those who are coming new into the community. And I thank you all as well. You guys are amazing. And it's because of you all, Valerie, again, you're making excellent points. Absolutely. That's very true. Yes, Chris White. This guy, Chris, man, he's one of those community members. Him, and also, let me see. Mary is one of them as well. Comb, Jeff. We have artists among community members. You guys have been doing amazing. Moha, all these people in the community. We thank you all. You've been amazing doing all these amazing arts, visual arts, and definitely we really appreciate you. Absolutely. What else? I think that's it. Thanks again, White. Absolutely. We thank everybody for being so engaged. We thank you all for being active. Absolutely. Everybody that has that same spirit, and this is the spirit, right here. Let's close out with this. So absolutely. Let's have this spirit of spreading the news and just informing people about what we do. Let people educate themselves. Our website is filled with information. I always say, do your own research. We're not here to give you any financial advice. That's the last thing I talk about. I don't talk prices. I don't hype. Just inform and educate. That's all. So, community, thank you very much for being here with us, Brother Foster, Brother Moti. It's a pleasure doing this with you, and let's do this again as we planned. Let's schedule these Saturdays for these events. Community, thank you very much for being so engaged. We appreciate every single one of you. We want to wish you a wonderful start of your Saturday from wherever you are, from your geographical region. We are very excited about that. So
Much love.
I just want to close on this as well. That what sets us apart is use case and utility from day one. Scarcity of tokens. We also make sure that we have a very unique system we call Bulldozer, which everybody participating in our staking platform, which is only second to Binance, is getting USDC distributions that can help green the chart as well. it's free. We're doing it in a decentralized manner. Also, what's is important and the most important is the system that we have that is sustainable, and that is the boosters that we have. We can scale as we grow as a community. Those are the mechanisms that are very important. Another thing is the tokenomics itself. It's the fundamentals, that we have in place that sets us apart and makes us different. Now, with the collaborations, with the real world assets that we'll be having, the real world events, that we'll be having, we'll be putting our faces in many people's. These events will be very unique. Demographics are right. Our names will be out there. Like I said, we're positioning ourselves to be in the forefront once the market recovers and the interest of the retailers comes back. Because since the last crash in 2021, since November, the interest was lost. A lot of people lost hope in crypto. Uh, they called crypto scam and lies, and I don't fault them. We have a lot of rugs. We have a lot of scammers. We have a lot of shady devs that are not honest or over promise and under deliver. So we're contributing as a industry, we're contributing to all these fears and bad name. So it's upon us as a community to make sure that we are what we want to be. We are what we want to see in the space, and it starts with us right here. By like being transparent and keep building, keep doing what we're doing right now, focused, building something that is sustainable, an ecosystem that works, that is being tested right now in a bear market, and it's working. The whole community is behind it, and let's keep pushing, community. We appreciate you all. We have something beautiful here. Let's keep pushing and keep building it together. We'll always maintain philosophy is always under promise but over deliver. Action always speaks louder than words. And that's what we are all about as a community. That's our motto, that's our logo. So thank you very much again for all of you. Wishing you a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Gentlemen, thank you, Moti. Thank you, Foster. Appreciate all of you. And
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you. It's a
Thank
pleasure
you,
to be
Modi.
here with you guys. Thank
Pleasure.
you.
Exactly. Pleasure to
Much
be here
love,
with you too.
family.
Yes. Much love.
absolutely. All right, family. Let's see. Let's catch up. Let's catch up again another time. All right, community. Wishing everybody a wonderful rest of the day, and let's keep in touch.